Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is actually Valentine's Day, so I just want to wish all the lovers out there, and I'm not just talking about the ones in the relationship or actually is in love at the moment, but we are all lovers. So that's really cool, because in today's video we are going to address toxic people and how we can actually get rid of them, or what is toxic people. So thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. So last week, I actually asked my audience what topic should I cover this week, and I picked out a really good one where I think a lot of us in various of times we're thinking, oh my goodness, these people are so toxic, especially when we start doing this work. And then I think that's when we realize or have these terms as some people are toxic and some are not. So today we're going to cover how we can actually deal with that situation or those relationships that we deem to be toxic. First of all, I just want to remind you guys that this universe, the one that we are living in, is attraction only, which means everything is inclusive and nothing that we can say, I don't want that and I'm pushing away. No, don't, that thing that I don't want, don't come to me, or that thing I want, please come to me. Everything is inclusive and everything is attraction. So if anything that's coming to you and you are not liking it, you are going to have to look at yourself and see what vibration that I am having right now in regards to this topic. You have to find a way to make this thing that's so alive within you, that's keep drawing these negativity or these things that's coming at you that you said that you don't like. So go general, go about the holistic of everything. How do you normally feel? How do you normally go about the world and feeling? Do you actually are sensitive enough to realize and understand what your feelings are actually telling you? Because most of the time we are so not incentivized enough to say, well, you know what, that negative emotion, you know what, I don't worry about it. You know, if my tooth were to fall out of my mouth, then I'll do something about it. But oh, this subtle feeling, oh, don't worry about it. And you know what? Don't worry about it, because it is attraction only. It will get bigger, and then it will happen in terms of physical evidence for you to actually do something about it. So I would highly suggest to really tune into your body, tune into what it is that you're actually feeling, so you know that that path down that road, if you keep going that way, it's never going to lead you to where it is that you want to go. And here's another thing that's going to make you feel a lot better, okay? You are actually not responsible to how someone else feels. You are actually not responsible to how someone is feeling as well. Okay, so that's gonna give you a little bit of relief to say, okay, well, I'm actually causing them to feel this particular way or whatever, because it is attraction only. The law of attraction will only bring the people that is vibrationally matched to you, and distance yourself from those are actually not a match to you. That should give you some relief. If you are like me, and I'm sure every single one of us have got to the point where sometimes we look at it and we say, my goodness, I've done so much for that person and I've done so many things, and they're just looking at this one particular thing at me and telling me that makes them not feeling good, right? And it is actually what they're doing, but they're just not saying it to you. They have forgotten all the things that you've done for them that are good, and they're just looking at this one particular, maybe this moment or whatever that they don't like about me, and blame me for the way that they feel, okay? And if you keep it up, if you keep on standing on your head, if you keep on trying to please them, if you keep on going out of your way to make them feel good, then when they don't feel good, they are going to make you be the scapegoat, or they will blame you for not keeping it up, the good work that you've been doing to make them feel better. If you are understanding the law of attraction and how energy really works, is that whoever has the most dominant vibration, whoever it is that has the most active thing within them, so if they are someone that have been caught up in all the things that are wrong in their life, and they've been practicing that vibration, that point of attraction, then when you come into the same room with them and you haven't practiced into what it is that you want to feel, and you just let whatever life is happening in front of you to cause you to feel the way that that thing is intended you to feel, then you are going to get caught in their own attraction, and they are just going to elicit from you the traits that you don't like about yourself. And normally that is the reason why we don't like that particular person or that particular situation or that relationship or anything that activate within us the vibration that we don't like, right? The traits that we don't like, because everything in the universe has the wanted and the unwanted. And we like to be surrounded by those people that activate a state of being out of us. And we dislike those that are making us not feeling like the lover that we are. Because we know that at the core of our being, we are a lover. We are not a hater. So whenever someone is right there that's causing us to feel like we are a hater or we're hating on them, then we feel like we don't like the person because we make them responsible for the way we feel. But if you have been practicing positive aspects, if you've been meditating, if you are just deliberately going through life and noticing the way you feel and really honing yourself into all things that make you feel good and take that personal responsibility to control the way that you are looking at things, the way that you are putting your attention to certain things, then you know that they cannot threaten your peace or threaten your happiness. If you, like me in the past, have been noticing someone is toxic and you're actually giving them a label, then you are also at the same time are it for you to actually see it. I'm going to repeat that again, okay? If you are actually seeing something in them and yet you actually put a label on them, then you are actually right now at this moment, at this very moment in time, are actually activated that vibration, that trait that you don't like within you in order for you to able to see that within them, because we are just translating mechanism. If you have been noticing someone has been negative to you or being toxic to you, then you are too at that moment in time are toxic. Okay, it's a little bit hard to hear, but if you are not there, you are not able to see that within them. You're gonna find those traits comical. You're gonna find those traits not interesting, but never discouraging or threaten, because they are behaving the certain way that you don't like, because you have been practicing vibrating high all the time. So who you are is a lover. Who you are is love. So when somebody else is behaving in that certain way that you don't like, they are activating the thing that you don't want to be, which is you want to love all the time, okay? And you look at things that are lovable and you love, and that's why you love it so much. But when it's challenging, someone else is actually not lovable, but at that time you're looking at them, so therefore they are causing you to get off your high flying disc, then that's why you're hating them. Then that means that you haven't been practicing for a very long time, in particular to that person or that relationship. So you have to go back and really practice feeling good or things about them that keeps you up on the high flying disc, so that whenever you are in their presence, they are not able to pull you down, because now your vibration in the room the most dominant. This is what I heard from Abraham, and I thought it was so clever that she actually said, you know what, if you are looking at that toxic person or that person that is causing that a lot of drama or negativity in your life, this is actually what you're saying to them by acknowledging these things, that, you know what I want is to feel good. And by looking at you, I am actually not feeling good. So I have no capacity to feel good on my own unless you're there. When you get there and I'll observe you, then I'll feel good, but I can't get myself there. So you have all the power in my life experience. So it is a very conditional life that I'm living. I need you to be this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, so that when I observe you, then I have a really good responsive feeling about this. But otherwise, I can't do this on my own. Then you need to change. But then you say, I'm going to get away from them. From my experience, that I really understood it from the emotional point of view, not necessarily the intellectually, then I know that the law of attraction is the distancer. The law of attraction will distance yourself from anything and anyone that is not a vibrational match to you. So when you're actually noticing someone that is toxic, you are actually noticing something that is right now a strong disagreement, a strong trait within them that has being separating yourself from who you are, because who you are, your inner being, your soul, your heart is always so pure. It always on to focus on what's good about them. And right now you are using the way you feel about this particular thing that's in front of you that you dislike, to use that as a excuse, a reason to push against everything that is wanted. So when someone or something that's making you feel unhappy and you roll in that unhappiness, you are depriving yourself from all that to be in the making that is good. And that's why the stakes is so high, and that's why you are so mad at them, because you can actually feel the tug of war between where you are and where you want to be, and the result at this current moment by this relationship or this person that's actually leading you to. But when you actually realize and practice that you have the ability to feel good and to master yourself, master this pursuit of happiness, that no matter what, you can actually stay happy. So then you are not threatened. Then you are always in connection with who you are. And that's what actually the state that you want to be, which is the state of alignment, which means that you and your soul, which is your other half, that are actually you're looking at this thing as the wholesome view, not just the disconnected view right now that you're saying, oh, this thing is actually troubling me right now. So you have to get to the place where your goat is ungettable, your chain is not yanked, no one can actually threaten your potential happiness, because you know that you've got it in your hands and that you can practice it, so that the most active vibration is in the one of love, and is one that is wholeness, that you understand that they are not the negative person that you think them to be. In that moment in time, it could be because they have other things that's going on in their life and which you have no control over, okay? And that they are so used to focusing in the current circumstances, that's what caused them to be where they are, how they are reacting to you or behaving right in front of you. And if you are putting your happiness upon that person to make you feel better, then you are powerless, because you have no control of what goes on in their current household at the moment, or what goes on in their current job, or what's going on in the friendship world or the financial world or whatever. So therefore, you have to make this as your permanent quest to actually make yourself happy and stay in alignment with who you are. This is how it works. So you have an inner being, which is your soul, which is your other half. So you are the physical you is still here, but the soul is still flowing through you, which is always being here, okay? It's just an energy stream. And that energy, that soul, that inner being, that heart of yours has to be in alignment with the person, the physical you, and it's very selective in what it offers is attention to. And when you offer attention sloppily to anything that you are observing, you are right now disconnected from who you are, because you are not in the connection of your heart or your soul. That's the reason why you feel this negative emotion. And if you keep going down that road, then it's never going to lead you to anything good. So if you were to, in a conversation, and it started out as going to places that you think, oh my God, I don't want to go there. Don't go there. Get up and go to the toilet, or, change the topic if you can, or, next time if you are going to see them again and you haven't been practicing feeling good, and you know that you have the same thoughts about them as before, don't go, okay? Maybe right now the best way is to separate yourself for a little bit, for a while, really make yourself a priority to feel good, so that when you see them, you can actually see them for who they are and not what they are offering to you at the moment. Does that make sense? See, almost the whole world is running around going, you need to be different, 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 because otherwise I can't feel good. By now you probably accept the fact that no one is going to be different for you, because they are not meant to do anything that's only for you. They are not meant to born in this world to please you. They are not meant to change who they are to please you. And they are not meant to make your life better. It's your job to make your life better, because there's so much in this world right now that you can actually focus, which is in your world, that can make you feel good. But it's because you haven't been practicing, and sometimes we just look at things, and whenever stuff happens in front of us, we get a bit of knee-jerk reaction. We react to it. But if you have been practicing feeling good all the time, and that you know that your state of being is what you're in control of, then you can get out of it straight away, or faster than what you have been doing in the past. So I am going to give you an update to what happened to the last video. If you haven't watched it already, go watch my last video about intuition, because it's amazing how things are unfolding. Because when last week I wanted to do a video on intuition, certain things happened in that video, and then particularly that actually leading to this video right here talking about toxicity, toxic people, and how I actually dealt with it. So I'm going to give you a rundown on what happened. I had somebody to call me to invite me to a gathering, and I felt really negative when I was speaking to that person. And so all week I was thinking about it and didn't know what I was going to do. But every single time I think about it, I didn't feel good. And because of my life experience have shown me, and the way I have been practicing and done this work for so long, I actually follow up with the feeling that I was having. I meditated, I journaled, I decided I wasn't going to go. And then because I realized that I have all these practice thoughts about this person for such a long time, then of course I am going to have about the same thing as I always thought about them. So I have to get away from that and give myself the break that I am going to get myself in alignment. And maybe one day, and I know that it will because I've done it in other relationships, that when I feel good again, then the things that I say that I will never do, like seeing them or speaking to them again or hanging out with them, I was able to do. So I did the same thing about this particular person. So I didn't go, and I just really owned that decision, and I didn't really care about what they thought of me, because I know that if I didn't feel good and I went, then I am no good to them. Because if I went, then I could only see the things that annoyed me, because I have been practicing that for so long in my life about this particular person. So I had to get myself into the place where right now it is not a good time for me to go see them. We have been distanced for quite a long time. So I'm going to be able to then get myself back into alignment and see them as the whole person as they are, and not the things that has been bothering me, because I know that that's not who they are at heart. Because if we're coming from the same stream, which is a love stream or positive energy, then I know that's who they are. But it's the contrast that they are living at the moment that I'm actually seeing that's making me feel uneasy and activating the contrast within me to who I am. And that's the reason why it didn't feel good for me to go. So I actually decided not to go, and here I am, because I know that if I go and I complain, then complaining about complaining is still complaining. Or if I go and then after that I talk bad about them, then it just doesn't make any sense. Like, that's just not who I am, because going is going to make me feel like a hater than a lover. So I choose not to, because right now that's just the path of least resistance. Right now it's the easiest thing for me to do is just to say no and then see where this relationship goes in the future. But right at this point, I am not going, because right now I haven't been practicing much about them on the good side. So I have to do that on my own. And then so when I'm actually owning the room or owning my own vibration by the way I feel, I'm not going to say things that I don't feel and expect the law of attraction to yield me differently. So this is now my work, that if I were to practice on their positive aspects and looking at them in the way that the source within me looks at them, which is also the source within them and the source that created all of us, then I know that when I see them, the only thing I will activate within them is the best in them, because I have now connected with the best of me in me and practice it so much that it can only attract and spark the best within them to come out and play with me. And if they have a behavior that is not in accordance to that, I am not going to take offensive. I'm not going to take offense, and I'm not going to feel bad about it, and then I'm gonna feel like it's comical, and I'm gonna feel it's just gonna bounce right off me, and I'm not gonna take it to heart. So then they will then sense that and then benefit from my alignment, rather than me getting caught up into all this drama that I used to in the past. Then no one's gonna feel good. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So to sum it up, guys, if you find someone is toxic, then you need to really look at yourself and understand that, what you're seeing right now, it doesn't mean it's not true, because whatever you're seeing is what you're believing. So until you change the way you believe about them, then what you're seeing won't change. That is going to take a bit of time on your part to actually activate that within yourself, things about them within you right now, in order for you to next time to see them and activate and bring to you and draw to you the traits, the behaviors that are in alignment with what you've been practicing. If you've been practicing that for so long, I guarantee you they can't behave anything out of that. But if you haven't been practicing the best things out of them and let them decide what it is that's going to activate when they see you, then they are so going to draw you into their own problem. And that's when you go home and you feel yuck, and you feel like they are so toxic within your life because you were fine before you see them, and then you see them and they bring you down. Okay, but that's just because you haven't been practicing within that topic, the subject that you are going to give the attention to, which in this case, these people or this relationship or this situation, then that's the reason why you feel the way you feel, okay? Understand that this is the world, the law of attraction works. The law of attraction is the manager, would manage those that are alike to you or bring closer to you, and those that are not vibrational match to you, they will separate and get away from your vicinity. So never have to worry. If you show this to yourself, within 30 days, then you will eventually get a little bit more confident in how this works and find your worthiness in the universe. Because otherwise you just think that everything just happened out of luck, everything just happened out of happenstance, and that nothing really makes sense because you can't replicate what's good again, and you seem to be drawn into the negatives further and further. So I wish you a very happy Valentine's Day, and enjoy the rest of your evening wherever you are within the world. And thank you so much for watching. If you have any question or have a topic that you want me to cover next week, leave it in the comment below, or reach out to my social media on both Instagram and Facebook on Maggie T Fan. I would happy to answer your questions. Right now, have a good day, everyone, and I wish you the best in practicing what I just said, and I wish you all the best. Mwah. Bye.